Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Malaysia, and this channel is dedicated to my business, Simple Clarity Co., which focuses on clarity through candles, stationery, organization, and a lot of fun things. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Today's video, we're going to take a look into another aspect of the business, and that is the journaling or writing portion of Simple Clarity. And we are going to actually hand make a journal together. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to keep watching. Today, we're going to go through how I hand make my mindset journal. It's a daily mindset journal that I created on my own for the layout when it comes to the layout, and that I hand make per order. So I have all this fun stuff in here. It is a this is my copy, but it's really a 30-day journal, not a 31. So yeah, and then I do this part with my Cricut, and we're on there. It's a beautiful thing. It comes in the mindset collection, which I will leave a picture here on the screen for you to see, and it comes also by itself, but it was created in a collection format. So we're going to walk through how to make one of these beautiful journals. Let's roll up our sleeves. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is take our printed out pages here. We're going to gather them together. Make sure they're very, very tight and gathered, so we don't put a dent in our pages with our clips here. I just have two random things of chipboard, and I'm going to use that whenever I clamp like that, so it doesn't put a crease in it. So we're going to first take our reptile glue. I learned about this from the Posh lady on YouTube. She swears by this glue, and I'm here for it. So I'm just going to put that bead right there, and I do this in sections, and then I just take my popsicle stick and we do this. Get it all the way on the edge. Or just be very careful, like painting. Be very, oops, dropped one. Be very careful. So that's one section. I'm going to take two more pieces of chipboard. We're going to paint this next section. I'm going to go a little bit longer because I already have stability right here on this end. So I'm going to put my glue here, put it right down the middle, and then I just work it in very gently so I don't spill over on the edges or on the chipboard like I just did that one. So actually, because I have some stability at the top, I'm just going to hold this for right now. Make sure I get this worked in. And I kind of like, you see how it's like pinched in here but loose right here? I kind of like that because it works it in between the pages, like the smallest amount to keep them together whenever you're opening the book all the way flat. So I do kind of like that, and then I pinch it together. You can wipe all the excess off if you need to. There's really none, just a little tab. And then put our sheets on. Oh, make sure that's not the glue side. There we go. Take another one and pinch directly in the middle. There we go. And then we'll do the last part. And it's okay if you overlap in the line, that's fine. And this is why you should not put the chipboard close to the edge of the paper. Look, and then I want to mess up right there. I'm annoying. Yes, I am. All right. Much better. That we're going to put a second coat on, so it's really no big deal. But it was just annoying that I did that. It's because I'm filming. And now we'll go in with the second layer, and then we'll let this dry off to the side. See how this is right here? We'll make sure we gather that together, and I'll just have to go left-handed for you guys so you can see it. But we will gather that together right there and spread. All the way to the edge. See how it's now over top of that little piece? And this dries clear. So that's a beautiful thing. And if you ever need to, just take this and scrape. There we go. I normally would probably have 4 for this, but I don't have any more big ones. I don't know where they went. So we're gonna make it work, make it twerk with what we got. I was indeed victorious to find an extra one. All right, so then we will just leave this off to the side to dry while we make our cover. All right, so I know my paper is 8.5 by 5.5. So I just want to do 8 5/8 and 5 5/8 when it comes to the cover measurement. So here is our 8 5/8, and then we're going to go from that line and we're going to do 5 5/8 right here, and that's 1. And we're going to go to this line and do another 5 5/8. 5 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5. Making sure. All right, and then our spine. Now the spine of the mindset journal, this part here, that is, because I can't remember, is it 1/2 inch? Just under 1/2 inch, 3/8. All right, so we have our pieces that are 8 5/8 by 5 5/8, and we have our spine that is 8 5/8 by 3/8. So awesome sauce. So let me actually get this fitted real quick. So it'll be on the contact paper like this. And what I'm gonna do is just go on ahead, make sure I gave myself enough room at the top, and I'm just gonna make a little mark. I'll cut on this line. Guess I don't need to make a mark if there's a line already, huh? It doesn't have to be perfect. No one is going to see it. Okay, so then we're going to peel back the paper. Beautiful. We're going to stick these on. Honestly, yeah, I'm going to be cutting off a lot, so let me just stick it on to a side that I can work with. And then what you want to do is, if you have like a bone folder, this helps me a lot. And I will literally like put it right there so I know how far apart they should be. And it's not super sticky. You can pick it up and move it. But I will do that. I'll like make a mark so I know that my bone folder has to fit in between there whenever I get done with this. So about 1/8 of an inch, to be completely honest with you. Yeah. There we go. That's good. That's stuck down. And then let's go ahead and stick this last piece down. Kind of the same thing. You want to mock it. Here we go. Had to move it a little bit. The bone folder does help me move it because it will help me push it and get the wiggle room. And you see how we have all this extra? We'll take care of that. But I just want to get this down. See how smooth it is? So let me get my finger blade. And we're just going to cut this excess off. We don't need all of this. You can stick it back on your paper. If you want to keep it for something else, have at it. But I don't think we need this much at the bottom either. That is a little excessive for me. And then I go crooked. All right, that's good enough. So then what I like to do is miter cut. So you come in at an angle here. You come out at an angle. And then I also learned this from the Posh lady, is to put your little corner here, which she learned this from somebody else, but I can't remember the person she said, so we're going to go with her. And that way when you do the fold over, you won't see any chipboard. And what we're going to do now is fold over the long sides first. There we go. Make sure it's all pushed down. There we go. And then take your bone folder, go over it. Like I said, make sure it's all pushed down and it's crisp on the edges here. As you can see, it's crisp right here. And then we're going to fold over the sides. And I like push it over to make it as tight as I possibly can. Okay. And get flat. All right, so there goes our jacket part. Beautiful. Now we're going to take our double-sided tape here, and we're going to place it just a little bit outside of where our contact paper is, just because we don't know where our inner liner piece is going to go. And I always do this part crooked, so I'm gonna stop talking now. So here we have this beautiful copper paper because the whole theme of the mindset bundle is black and copper. So this here we have to just cut down a little bit on each end. So I'm just going to trim this down a smidget. Yep, perfection. Both sides are the equal amount of shininess, so pick a side, any side. And we're going to put a very tiny bead of reptile glue around the edges, just so they don't lift up. And then just try your best to position it properly. I'm going to stand up for this part. Everybody with OCD like myself, I was holding my breath with you. And then we gotta get a paper towel for that little piece. There you go. And this will all go down. Just give it a minute. Take your bone folder, spread it out if you need to. All right, so here goes the cover. We're good. It's dry, so what we're going to do is bend it so that we can get that spine defined here. Go that one side, and that's Austin crying because she doesn't want to go to sleep. And oh, let me sit down to do this. I'm doing this with the right hand. See how it's coming up right here? Let me push it down some more. There we go. So now we have a defined spine with our jacket. You're going to make this more crisp here. Clearly it's not. There goes that. And now our pages are dry. Take these off. Oh, please. I was about to say, Lord, don't be glued to it. It's not. So these are our pages, and it's still a little tacky to the touch, but nothing crazy. All right. Yeah, it's good. I was double checking it to make sure everything was still sturdy. So we're good. I'm not going to like open it because I don't want this to come apart. But what we're going to do now is glue this into the spine of the book like that. So it'll look like that. Let's do that. And all we're going to do is, one, get some wax paper. Just in case the glue tries to spill out once we glue it to the binding, it'll get stuck to the wax paper. It won't damage your book and leave the pages stuck to the book jacket. So I just do that. It doesn't really matter. Make sure that's some glue that got stuck on the spine, but it's alright because we're about to stick it to the spine. Where did I put my reptile glue? So you want to put it, of course, top and bottom. You don't want that to lift up. And then just a couple beads throughout. Something like that. Oh, that's where that piece came off. Okay. Something slight. Ain't that what they say? All right, something slight. And you want to I'm about to stand up for this part as well, so I can turn it. Okay, you want to get it directly in the middle. Yeah. And push down. Oh yeah, that's stuck there. You can wipe off any excess glue. Any excess glue back here and at the top. And here's where I put my wax paper in here. Like that. What we're going to do is we're going to close it up. Like so, like that. Like Miss Tab said. Push it down. And when you close it up like that and they're all the way to the back of the spine, the glue will not stick to your copper paper. Well, that's because that's the scissor side. I knew there was something wrong with that side. Okay, then I do that. And I will push it in. Come back here and just work the glue in with your bone folder. Just work the glue in. Then I will take one of these clips in the cardboard just to keep it closed the rest of the night. And I'll let it dry like that. As you can see, there's a little glue at the top. No problem. You can wipe it out with your finger or a paper towel. It will dry clear though, so you don't have to worry too much about it. As long as it's not spilling over here on your paper, you're fine. And we will let this dry overnight and then work on the decal in the morning. Here's the finished journal. I'm going to bring in the other one just so you can see it. And here I'm showing you how the font on the cover doesn't really match the font inside the journal. So I decided to go ahead and fix that for the ones that you guys would purchase. And there's like a little notch out of the D, and that font carries out through the journal. And I just wanted to show you guys here. So luckily the one that I originally made is just for me, but here they go side by side. I am happy with the change of the font for my customers, and I could definitely make it a little bit bigger so it could take up more space, but overall I am happy with it, and the boldness and thickness of this font. And then I'm just going to go ahead and bring in everything that you get in the Mindset collection with the journal. So like you already seen, you will get the Mindset journal. It's a guided journal, daily 30-day guided journal, and you'll get the copper caramel candle, which it features copper colored mica, which is awesome, right? And it is a tobacco caramel scent. You don't smell tobacco, it just helps round out that caramel. You will get a black pen holder with the SC logo on it and a black and rose gold diamond pin. So here goes the entire collection that you'll get with the mindset journal, but you can get it on its own. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.